Hi, my name's Matilda, and for today's Grow Your Mind story time, we're going to be reading My Dad Thinks He's Funny by Katrina Germein, illustrated by Tom Jellett. I like this book because you can just have a good laugh with it, and as most of us all know, laughing is great for your mental health. Okay, My Dad Thinks He's Funny. My dad thinks he's funny. Whenever I say, "I'm hungry," Dad says, "Hello, hungry. Pleased to meet you." Whenever I put lots of sauce on my plate, Dad says, "Would you like some dinner with that sauce?" And whenever we're about to cut up a cake for dessert, Dad says, "Well, there's my piece. What's everyone else having?" You can see he's pointing to the whole piece of cake. And there's the eye roll, which I find really funny. My dad thinks he's funny. When I say, "Dad, do you know what?" He says, "I don't know what, but I know his brother." When I say, "Dad, I don't know how," he says, "I know how. He's What's brother." And when I say, "Dad, I don't want to," he says, "Okay then, do you want 3? My dad thinks he's funny. When I tell Dad my finger hurts, he says, "Let's chop it off." When I tell Dad my foot hurts, he says, "No problem, you've got another one." And when I tell Dad I think there's something in my eye, he says, "Yeah, an eyeball." My dad thinks he's funny. If anyone asks, "How are you going?" Dad says, "By bus." If I fall over, Dad says, "Welcome home. How was your trip?" And if anyone asks, "What's up?" Dad says, "Just the sky." My dad thinks he's funny. When people say, "How are you feeling?" Dad says, "With my hands." When people say, "Would you like sugar?" Dad says, "I'm sweet enough." And when Dad says, "Time for a special announcement," we leave the room fast before it really starts to smell. My dad thinks he's funny. Sometimes Dad stands in front of the television. "Dad," I say, "I can't see." "Well, open your eyes," he says. My dad thinks he's funny. Whenever I go swimming, Dad says, "Try not to get wet." Whenever I go shopping, Dad says, "Buy me some money." And whenever I go to the toilet, Dad says, "Don't get lost." And here's a little maze, which is part of the book, to get to the bathroom. When Mum says, "I'm not sure when I'll be home. I'll give you a ring," Dad says, "Make sure it has diamonds." When Mum says, "I'm just going to jump in the shower," Dad says, "That sounds dangerous." And when Mum says, "The neighbour's garden is looking pretty," Dad says, "Yeah, pretty strange." My dad thinks he's funny. My dad thinks he's funny. At bedtime, when I ask Dad if I can stay up late, he says, "Not now, but you can yesterday." At bedtime, when I ask Dad for a hand, he says, "Which one do you want, left or right?" And then at bedtime, when Mum says to me, "Come and give me a kiss, gorgeous," Dad says, "I'll be right there." My dad thinks he's funny. "Good night," I say when Dad tucks me in. "Good morning," Dad says. Then he pulls the covers over my head, kisses my feet, and turns on the light. My dad thinks he's funny. Hey.